What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today we're going to try to take a look at the Lingering Song. Yes, Iron Banner is coming out tomorrow. Yes, this is the weapon that people are going to be grinding for. So is it any good? But before we get to that, somebody please get Treeman some Pepto-Bismol. You know his stomach is hurting. Also, feeling a little bit sick today, so we're really hoping to be able to get through this thing and hopefully survive through the video. As far as the Lingering Song goes, it is not the Binding Blaze, even though it looks relatively close. As far as its perks go, this is the only one that I ever got to drop. Obviously, it came from a package, so I don't imagine that everybody in the game has this yet. By the end of next week or this week, everybody will have it. Now, I have Hammer Forged, which doesn't exactly let me hit max range. Extended Mag really does nothing, it adds one bullet. Rangefinder is an amazing perk to go ahead and have. If I wanted to go ahead and use this in PvE, I could just put on Firefly, but for PvP, Rangefinder for sure. So I just want to compare it to the Vendor Palindrome, and you can see that the rate of fire obviously is slower, the impact is much greater on the Lingering Song, and you can see my range is not exactly maximum, but that's because I have Hammer Forged. If I put on something like Rifled Barrel, if I got that roll, then I'd be right at max and competing right alongside with the Palindrome as far as range goes. So that is a really nice thing. Since we mentioned the Palindrome, let's go ahead and talk about how the Lingering Song ends up comparing to other really popular hand cannons, like the Palindrome, the Imago Loop, or the IS Luna, some of the other big hitters. Now obviously, Lingering Song is the only one of this impact and damage profile, so those are going to have an advantage there. But whenever I was firing off the Lingering Song in these two matches, I thought it felt pretty crispy. I was getting some pretty decent headshots, and I wondered what the aim assist was like. It actually has a little bit lower aim assist than the Palindrome. It comes in at roughly 63 to 68 as far as aim assist goes, depending on the perks and stat rolls that you end up having on this Lingering Song. So it's actually pretty solid, and that's not that much lower than the actual Palindrome. It's a little bit higher than the Imago Loop, and it is significantly better than the IS Luna. So that actually was pretty nice in working in the favor of this weapon, because the big thing it has is whenever you can get that 95 damage headshot. When you get that going on, you're in good shape. Sadly though, you will not be two-shotting an enemy in the head. But if you do have this on, and take it into an arena where light levels are enabled, and you're 400 light like I am, and you face people who are lower light, like maybe in the Iron Banner, you might be able to two-shot Guardians if they're low enough light. Now I actually got this Lingering Song in the first Iron Banner, so whenever I put it on, people had their light levels all over the place. There weren't very many 400 light level Guardians out there, so I was definitely able to do it a little bit. Now I believe anybody that wants to be 400 light probably is 400 light, so you probably won't see that happening. But it doesn't really take away from the gun, because the nice thing is, again, you can deal out that big damage from a range, because even if you're not in range for a 95 headshot, if they're out of range a little bit, you still might be hitting 90. That's pretty significant whenever you take into consideration how the range drop off is right now, and how some of those 87 headshots are now decreasing faster and faster, and you're now into the 70s. That might not be that bad. The problem is, again though, you're basically competing with guns like the Palindrome, who have to one headshot, two body shot in order to get the fastest time to kill. That's what you have to do as well. And you shoot slower, so automatically your time to kill, no matter what, if you're going one-on-one, full health versus full health, you're going to lose if you face a weapon in the equal range. It's just gonna happen. These weapons just aren't fast enough in being able to deal out the damage. I feel like there should be some other nice benefit to these guns to really make you want to go ahead and use them, and I feel like there's at least one. So I did notice that if I got in close enough and I went ahead and just body shot from the hip and then I meleeed, I was able to take down Guardians. That's pretty nice. So if you're in close range and you can go ahead and body shot and then melee immediately, that can take them down. What I think would really put these things on the map though is if I was able to body shot and then have the enemy die from something like my Axiom Bolt, that would be amazing. It's just a little bit too low of damage in order to make that happen. It's roughly 64 damage from a body shot, and then the Axiom Bolt damage is 110. that's just a little bit too low. But if you were able to bump up the body damage a little bit and make that happen, I imagine that would make you see a lot more of these weapons out there in the Crucible. You need to have some type of reason to go ahead and use this. Now, one of those reasons is going to be in the 6v6 game mode, something like Supremacy, where people are running around and focusing on other things. You're really going to be good at cleaning up enemies. You're going to put them in the danger state really fast. If they're not looking, you're going to be able to easily go ahead and pump out your damage and take them down. I think in a 6v6 game mode, this thing could have some nice uses and nice benefits. I think this could shine. In 3v3, not really sure, because again, you're going to be going against faster firing hand cannons, and they're going to win the one-on-one battles. But when the enemy is distracted, you're going to be in good shape. And this guy, oh man, that was just, I was so lucky that I ended up seeing that invisible blade dancer right at me. I really got lucky there. But again, I really had a good time with this. It only took me 2 matches to get all of the clips in this video, and typically whenever I go ahead and put out a weapon video or a weapon review video, it takes a little bit longer than that. So whenever I put it on and I jumped into Supremacy just in advance of this Iron Banner, I felt pretty good. This thing feels really crispy, and I'm going to be curious what type of roles Lady Aphrodite has, because you might want to go after this. You might want to go after this. I mean, you're going to get some of them to drop, but if she has some type of god tier role, it might be worthwhile to go ahead and jump and rank all the way up to rank 5 just to get that package. I don't believe last time, the last Iron Banner, I didn't rank up to rank 5. That was actually pretty nice because I didn't have to worry about grinding and grinding and grinding, but this time, who knows, I might want to do it. I know for sure I want to max out that range, so Hammerforge will not be my range option, but we'll have to go ahead and see what the other roles are. We'll have to wait and see. I had a pretty good time in using this weapon. I'm curious, for those of you that actually have the Lingering Song, have you used it at all since you've got it to drop? Or would you use it? So as you can see, this was my second match in using it, a 1.7 KD, not too shabby. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Iron Banner, and I'll see you around in Destiny. #SingMeASong.